It is that time again, end of June, market stats. But this time I want to hit home a little bit and touch on some unique stories that are a little bit more relatable than just rattling off some numbers. So please watch the end of June 2023 market update. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Get Sarasota Real Estate Fit with me, Shayla Twit. I like to keep you informed of all things real estate, show you the area, show you, of course, listings and properties and neighborhoods, but I also like to talk stats so that you're very well informed about the local market. First, I generally would like to start in and just dive into like the local stats, but I thought it would be a great time and very apropos to tell you a couple of stories because it's been a challenging, I guess the word would be challenging market. It's definitely a shifted market, and I'll get into what I mean by challenging, but I want to start off with a little story that was being shared on Facebook, and it was a little bit different rendition than the story that I normally tell. So I won't read the whole thing, but in a nutshell, the giant ship had an engine that broke, right? And the guy goes out, they hired the mechanical engineer. He has 30 years of experience. He goes in to fix this large engine. It's a huge engine, okay? And you can find this on Facebook somewhere, I'm sure, Facebook land. And so he goes there and he takes this instrument and he does a quick tap and he fixes it within, minutes. And the ship owner, whoever got the bill, was saying, can you send me the bill and can you break it down in terms of where you came up with your invoice number? And the bill was about $20,000, right, for minutes of work. And at the end of the story, he basically says, in the itemized invoice to the ship owner, he has $3 for the instrument and 19 years for his time, which was the rest of the $20,000 bill. So I think that summarizes, and I say this a lot, and I tell it a little different spin in that, if I sell your house in an hour or a week, and now even 30 days is kind of quick in this market, if I sell it quickly, you're not paying for the 30 minutes that it took to sell. You're paying for the 21 years of experience to make it look and feel and be easy for you. And after all, we're here to sell property, not just list property, right? So we're here to do a job. We're here to make you happy as our seller or our buyer, and do it in a manner that's efficient and quick and pleasant, right? And put the most money in your pocket or get the property for the least amount if you're the buyer. So I love that story. To me, it never gets old, and it can be applicable to many things, not just real estate. The second thing I wanted to start this video off with is a few of the challenges we've had as of late. And I've got to be a little careful on what I say because, I don't want to call anyone out in particular, and I know I'm not the only agent in Sarasota who's had issues. Sellers, I think, are living in the 2020 to 2022 market. And I think right now, because it's only 6 months into 2023 as we film here, there's some growing pains for the sellers and buyers too, but there's more of an advantage in some cases for the buyers. So with the growing pains comes, and it's so hot, you guys. Whew. Anyway, I'm trying to make myself cool here. There's growing pains, and we're trying to facilitate the best that we can in a shift in a way that makes our clients happy. We've had sellers who just didn't want to sell a day before closing. We had a seller who didn't want to move out of the property and didn't want to move, and the buyer didn't want to have the post-occupancy agreement, and there was some conflict there. We had one client that didn't want to send the trust and the death certificate in, and it's part of the contract. So if you sign a contract, you don't want to get sued. And I think I'm just going to leave it at that in a nutshell, because when you look on Instagram or Facebook, like you see like $3 million closed, and we have a video coming up about like where the fees break down. So stay tuned for that video. But it's the shiny penny, the, oh my gosh, it's $3 million or $1 million or even $500,000. And people are very quick to break down the commission or say, wow, that was your third closing this week. Well, maybe the agent didn't have a closing for 3 months, or you don't know. And so it's not all glamorous, and there's a lot of challenges in 2023 that we're working through. I see the light at the end of the tunnel because I think people are starting to kind of realize that things are different, prices are different. Listen to your agent. So anyway, on that note, we will find a shaded spot and we could talk actual stats. All right, so let's talk stats. So if you're new to the channel, again, I like to break down Sarasota County single family homes as the best indication of where the market is. So let's just dive in. So remember, even though we're in June, we're talking about May because June's not over. So end of May stats 2023. So closed sales are down by almost 10%. I felt it because April, if you go back to the April end of month with Andrew and me, we were just really quiet. And I feel like a lot of agents, in talking through with a lot of our office agents, that they felt that similarly. Some people, it's funny when you ask them how they're doing as an agent, they're not quick to say they were slow. But here's me just being real and just say we were slow, and it was so weird. But come to find out, I think the stats are going to be relative to what we were feeling directly. So so year over year, May 2023 compared to 2022, guys, our average and median prices are still up. So I don't know where this crash is coming. Whoops. But let's fall over here. I don't know where this crash is coming, but prices are up. I think part of that is still that we have low inventory all around, and we still do need sellers to come on board and sell. Part of the issue there is if you have a low rate, you're less inclined to sell like we've been talking about. So, all right, so average price is up almost 2%. The average sales price in Sarasota County for a single family home is $699,344 to be exact. The median, the middle price, is $510,000, which is up 3% year over year. Okay. Getting down to days on market. So in the crazy, it was 6 days. Guys, that's insanely quick. Okay. We're at only 25 days from the time you list it to the time you have a fully executed contract. That's historically still very quick, extremely quick. We closed on a property west of the trail. I think it took 90 days or 100 days or right thereabouts in that luxury tier market. And that was a long time. We did have it priced high to begin with. And, speaking to that, I'm reading a really good book by Gary Keller. It's called The Shift. And it is so true. Like when you price a property way too high in any market and it sits, you're just chasing it down. So it's hard to hear from an agent where you think the number needs to be, if you might have to rip that Band-Aid off and lower it to $100,000, or $50,000, depending on where your price point is. And it's a tough conversation to have and to bring up as an agent, but it's one that a professional will do with you, because like me, they will tell you what you need to hear, maybe not always what you want to hear. And at the end of the day, we're here to sell property, not just list property. As a professional, I mean, it's something that, people need to talk about. I think a little bit more. Let's see what else. So median days. Okay. Pending sales are down. Yes. Felt it. Pending sales are down by 18.1%. That was coming off of April, the slowdown in April. Now, I think, and I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to Ricky Carruth. I listen to Tom Ferry, Brian Buffini, all the big guys. And some are of the mindset that we have this pent-up demand that's coming. Prices aren't going down, or the trend is not that they're going down in the Sarasota area. So if rates do come down even just a little bit, I really feel like the buyer demand is just pent up, pent up. And if the rates go down, boom, if you're a seller, you're going to be in a really good position. So food for thought. pending inventory is down. Yep, same thing of coming off of a slow April. And active listings are up. They're still really, really low because we're still only at 3 months of inventory. So in perspective, May 2022 was only 1.2 months of inventory, which is like, we don't have enough buyers to sustain that, not by a long shot. So at only 3 months of inventory ending in April, it's still very, very much a seller's market. Some say 5 months of inventory, some say 6. I kind of say between 5 and 6 is an equilibrium market. We're not even close to that still. I don't feel like now that we're end of June, like it's going to be dramatic from this either. I'm going to cut this short because it's really way too hot out here, in all honesty. But no, but really, I am happy to talk to any one of you. Phone consultation, Zoom consultation, in-person consultation. I can go to your house as long as you're, in my market. Manatee County, Sarasota County, Charlotte County. I love what I do. I love advising sellers. I love telling you if it's not even the right time for you to sell. I will tell you if your circumstances are such that I don't really feel like it's the right time for you and your family. I will tell you that. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to say no. But if you feel like, other people are pressuring you, that's not me. I'm not a pressure salesperson. And so I want to do what's right for you and your family. And my goal is to get the highest and best price for you right when the time is right. And so we are actively seeking out properties that we can help people sell because we have a large amount of demand and people that we have from our open houses, from our database, from my team, agents in my office. We have people looking constantly. We've got a great network in Coldwell Banker. We're actually here on the circle here and definitely going to go inside soon. But we like to network with our agent colleagues and what's coming up, what's coming soon. Everybody likes an upcoming property that's not yet on the market. So we do a lot of that as well. And that just helps our clients. So we really know the market really well. I know how to price property. I know how to negotiate, and I'll fight for you. So we would be happy to give you an equity update that is accurate, not Zillow, not an algorithm, me walking through your house. There's nothing like the human touch when it comes to real estate. So please reach out, and thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, and commenting. Share this with someone who you think it might be of value to, and click that link below, shaylatwit.com.